All right, everybody, you know what time it is. The Real Talk Sports Saturday Update is coming up right now. Bam! Welcome to the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm your host, the Minister Jonathan Simmons. And we're very thankful to those of you who decided to tune into us here as we give you our Saturday weekend sports update. We are broadcasting to you on multiple platforms as we always do. If you're listening to us, of course, you are on the legendary WIGO 1570, or I should say Pacesetter 1570. Broadcasting here locally in Atlanta and around the world on WIGO1570.com. Remember, you also can find us on the free TuneIn app. It's a free app. If you don't have it, download it. Put in WIGO1570 in the search engine, and voila, you'll find us broadcasting to you right here and right now. Hey, as a reminder, follow us on all social media platforms at Real Talk Sports, the number 7, and also go to our YouTube page and hit us up there. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel, Real Talk Sports TV. Yep, that's us on YouTube. Again, please subscribe. We're trying to get to that key number of 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And we know that you guys have been following us for some time. So we appreciate you if you go ahead and tell a friend, tell a neighbor to subscribe to the Real Talk Sports Show on YouTube. Well, lots going on this weekend in the world of sports, both here locally in the ATL and around the world. One of the things that we have cooking here out in Ohio is the Hall of Fame inductions. Hall of Fame induction will be going on this weekend. And interestingly enough, there is a tie here to Atlanta. Well, there's always a tie to Atlanta, it seems like, when it has to do with sports. But the big tie to Atlanta is Morehouse University is actually out there in Canton now, and they are playing kind of a HBCU kickoff game there, because what a lot of people may or may not know, that the Black College Football Hall of Fame is now going to be located in the same location as the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Yeah, an agreement was made up between those two sources, and in fact, the Black College Football Hall of Fame will be there now right alongside the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So Morehouse will be playing in the inaugural kickoff game there. And I think that game is later on this evening, with Morehouse being one of the featured schools playing in that game. And again, excited to hear that HBCUs continue to be made aware of around the country. I mean, really, let's face it, it's a situation where HBCUs for a long time have been kind of on the back burner, but thankfully that some of it's from Deion, obviously, a lot of it, I should say, from Deion and the stuff that he was doing at Jackson State. But certainly even back in the 70s, we had Al Davis and guys from the AFL who first began to really tap in heavily to the football players that are coming out of HBCUs. As a matter of fact, in the 70s, if you look back, there's a numerous numbers of guys right now in the Hall of Fame that graduated and played football at HBCU. So big kudos. Hall of Fame events as well. Speaking of that, let me go ahead and let you guys take a look at a Hall of Famer I got a chance to meet and interview when I was last year at Super Bowl 54 This is a guy that I grew up watching and enjoying watching when he was with the Green Bay Packers and finished up his career with the Buffalo Bills. Hall of Famer James Lofton took time to talk with us at the NFL Players' Wives Fashion Show, which is a really cool thing that we cover each and every year at the Super Bowl events that I should say at the events that surround the Super Bowl. So here's our interview. Let's make sure I have my shades on. It's a little sunny out here. Let's go ahead and make sure click on the right thing. James Lofton, Hall of Famer from the Buffalo Bills and the Green Bay Packers.
All right, guys, every time I come to the Super Bowl, I got Mike right here.
Hopefully we'll get James in just a moment. We can pop him on the screen.
You know, I like to meet the guys in the gold jacket.
If
This guy doesn't know, but I watched him as a Green Bay Packer fan back in the day.
I thought you were going to say you watched me when you were a kid.
No, I can't. I wish I could say that, but I can't. But you know, here's the guy in the gold jacket, one of the best hands in the NFL history. Mr. James Lofton in the building. James, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It is great to be here back in the Valley of the Sun. Been to a couple other Super Bowls here in attendance. I was even here when the 49ers ran. Who'd they run out of the building?
I think it was the Chargers, isn't it?
Yes, they did. I didn't want to say that. Ran the Chargers all the way to L.A.
Yes, sir. Listen, man, every time I come out here to this event, it really is to see the energy with you guys supporting your wives. And what does that mean to be out here now letting them be on the spotlight?
Well, you know it's great because what you realize when you see these women who have started this organization, who do so much in their individual communities, that they really were the backbones when their husbands were out on that field. And I know it's so true for me and my wife. We've been married for 42 years. And
say it one more time. How long?
42 years. And,
wow.
But when you look at her, she's only 43 years old now.
That's cradle rock and roll. You know that. Well, look, man, I tell you, that's a testimony. That's a great testimony to have, man, because nowadays, you see if they married 43 minutes, they've done something.
Well, and you know what you have to do? Young people ask me, I say, you have to make the decision early on that you want to stay married. Because life is like a roller coaster. You go up slowly, and then all of a sudden you feel like you're going down fast.
Okay, you hear
know
that,
what
right?
you do then? You hang on.
Hang on. There you go.
On. You may be screaming and shouting and doing that, but you hang on because you want to see it through.
Well, listen, guys, that's words from the Hall of Famer, James Lofton. Gold jacket on the field and apparently gold jacket in life. James, listen, man, how can people, do you have like social media or website that people can follow you or get involved in maybe some of the things you do to support the community?
I am Lofton80 at Twitter. So I think I got that right.
Right, okay, well, we're going to check it.
I can only do one social media thing because, you know, I'm of a certain age.
Well, I'm all right with you, brother. Listen, if it wasn't for the young guys been around me, we'd be set. But listen, James Lofton, appreciate you. Guy with the gold jacket, like you said, one of the best hands ever in NFL. Thank you for joining us.
You bet.
So as our interview with James Lofton again, we got a chance to catch up with him at the Pro Football Wives Association. They have a big fundraiser each and every year at every Super Bowl where they have a huge fashion show, and it really was must-see TV. Matter of fact, if you want to see more of that, you can go to our Instagram page. You have to scroll back a little bit because obviously it happened in February of this year. But yeah, we were on the scene and got a chance to talk to a legendary Hall of Famer in James Lofton, and we appreciated him taking time out because, you know, it's a situation where it's kind of a family thing. So, you know, he had his family there, his children. So, again, we appreciate him for taking a little time out to join us on the broadcast. Well, it looks like we're having a little bit of no, actually, no, I'm sorry. That's my iPad. This you guys are probably thinking, where the heck are you? I'm actually right outside the 12 Hotel in Atlantic Station. And the reason why I'm here is because I'm about to pick up my credentials for another big event that's happening here in Atlanta. The AVP Pro Beach Volleyball Open is going on right now, right maybe about 1,500 feet away from me, as the young men and women, many of them Olympians and former Olympians, plying their trade right there on the beach. That's right. Atlantic Station, believe it or not, brings in the sand. Right after they do the tennis tournament, AVP Open Volleyball is on and popping here in Atlantic Station. So we're here to cover that as well. You have some of the best volleyball players in the world, whether it be indoor or outdoor, out here today. And like I said, we have former Olympians and future Olympians that will be out in mass today as they compete to win the Pro Volleyball Championship for beach volleyball here today in Atlantic Station. Hey guys, the other thing that's going on is baseball. The Atlanta Braves are just tearing it up, guys. I mean, these guys are showing no mercy to anybody. They lead the league in home runs. They're 32 games over 500. I think 33 games over 500 now as we speak. And here's the incredible thing. The rich get richer. They bring back all-star pitcher and World Series heroes Max Fried back to the lineup as their ace. And he came after his very first start after rehab against a team in the Chicago Cubs on the road in Wrigley Field at a day game where they had posted up over 40 runs in their last series in just 3 games. Fried said, I'm going to put the freeze on you. 6 innings, 3 hits, shutout innings as the Braves posted up 8 runs and cruised to victory. And they are just looking like a team that's going to be unstoppable. Now, I will tell you this much. I don't want to throw any cold water on the Bravos at all or put any kind of, people want to call it jinx or hex. But the realities are, as good as this team is playing right now in August, we need them to have this same energy as we move into September and October. And you say, why is that, pray tell? Because in the 90s, the Braves, in the 2000s, Seattle, teams across the millennium of baseball have put up massive wins in the regular season, only to find themselves without a World Series trophy and also a World Series ring. And I don't know about you guys, but that is the key to what every professional athlete plays for. Don't get me wrong, they're playing for the money now. They're looking to get paid. But at the end of the day, they are also looking to get that ring because far after the money is in the bank, and maybe some of it gone, people are going to remember you for what you did in postseason play. Now, take, for example, Reggie Jackson, who I was talking to some people about just the other day. Now, he's not the wealthiest guy in the world because when he played, the salaries are nowhere near what they were now. I know he made some great investments and some shrewd things there. But at the end of the day, why do we still remember Reggie Jackson? Because he was Mr. October. Think about it. He's got a name, Mr. October. Why? Because of what he did in the postseason. So, like I said, I'm just hoping and praying that the Braves will continue to play this type of baseball as we move into September and, of course, into the postseason play. But right now, the Bravos are must-see TV. They are rolling 33 games over 500 and just got back. Max Fried posted up an 8 spot against the Cubs. And as I mentioned earlier, Fried had 8 strikeouts, gave up only 3 hits in 6 inning pitches. As a matter of fact, into the 4th inning, he was pitching a perfect game. I'm just saying. So again, look out for the Braves, and please, guys, pay attention to them as they go forward into the season. All right, the other thing we want to talk about here is that football is back. Full bore. Falcons are in the middle of their summer training camp, which, as you guys know, they allow the fans to come on out and watch them as they practice and get ready for the upcoming season. So if you haven't done it, today is the last day for a while. They actually take a break. They start playing a couple of preseason games, and then they will close out the ability for fans to come watch them in the last week of August, that last weekend. So if you haven't gotten a chance, go and secure your ticket. Tickets are free, but you have to be ticketed to get in. And the Falcons look like a team that is on the rise, guys. As a matter of fact, Arthur Blank said they better be on the rise. He has high expectations and high hopes for this team, and so do I. I think the Falcons are a team that should be a 10-win team. That should not be a problem for them. They should go to the playoffs, and I think that they will win the NFC South and be able to have at least one home game, which the Falcons have been tough at home, in the last, few playoffs. Falcons are a tough team to play at home because why? It's a fast track. It allows them to open up their game. And here's what I tell you. The Falcons' running game is going to be the key. They're going to be extremely tough out for teams to get away to beat them because here's what's going to happen. The Falcons are going to be playing old school football with a little twist from Arthur Smith. Back in the 70s, the NFL was known to be a running league. It was about, can you run the ball and play good defense? The Falcons, I'm not sure how good their defense is going to be, but certainly going to be able to run the ball, which means this. Watch for the Falcons to do the opposite of what Falcons teams have done to disappoint us for years. That is, get a lead and then lose the lead in the second half. I'm telling you, with the running attack they have right now, you got an all-pro in Chris Lindstrom, one of the highest paid offensive linemen in the league. You got McGarry coming along, at least looks like Superman. Great run blocker. I think this Falcons team, third overall, I believe, last year in the NFL in terms of average yards per game on the ground. So what I see I see a Ridder. I'm talking about Desmond Ridder, the Falcons quarterback, getting the Falcons to score early. I don't know about often, but definitely early. And then being able to game manage and prevent turnovers and mix it up with short passing, possession passing, and running the ball. And I believe that's going to be the key to the Falcons, again, winning double-digit games and being able to go to the postseason and win at least one and possibly two games. Yeah, I don't care what all the people say, the national pundits, they're not feeling the Falcons. I don't care. I'm just telling you guys, it's the Falcons team that, again, the magic formula is to get a lead, run the ball, and eliminate turnovers. And that's going to be the potion for this Falcon team to shake up the world and be able to win double-digit games and to be able to go in the postseason. And I feel at least win one game and possibly, make a little noise in postseason play. Because, again, it's all about the fact that they have all the components that they need. They brought in a Bijan Robinson, basically a younger, maybe a little bit faster version of a guy they already have who's a dominant player, Cordarrelle Patterson. So now you have two of these guys in, which means both guys will be fully rested, which means late in the season, they'll have their legs on. And, of course, Bijan Robinson being a rookie, when they hit that wall, like I said, you got Cordarrelle right here. I think that Bijan never hits the wall. I think because of the fact that the Falcons are going to be doing a lot of running by committee. And, oh, by the way, rookie running back sensation from last year, Tyler Algiers, broke the Falcons record over 1,000 yards. Oh, I didn't even mention him. He's there. I didn't mention the fact that Kyle Pitts, the big tight end, who was on the All-Pro team in his rookie year, didn't mention the fact that he'll be back. Everybody seen him in practice. He looks like his wheels are under him. And, oh, by the way, Drake London, who had 72 receptions last year with a terrible Marcus Mariota at quarterback. Terrible. Now with a guy, Desmond Ridder, who he showed some synergy with last year, has shown some synergy with even in practice. The guy's going to hung out in their rookie year. I think this Falcons team has got all the ingredients to make big-time noise in the NFL and advance to the playoffs and really give Falcons fans something to smile about. Speaking of that, hopefully some of you Falcons fans got out to Atlantic Station yesterday. I think it was Atlantic Station, where they had some legendary Falcons from the 1998 Super Bowl team out there. Big play Ray Buchanan was in the building. Jesse Tuggle was in the building, and a host of others. Also, for Falcons memories, guess who was at the practice yesterday? Number 2, Matt Ryan was in the building, and Arthur Blanker said as soon as Matt retires and officially is out of football, he'll have a home somewhere in the Falcons front office. And listen, I know a lot of people say to me, oh, Minister, you kind of got on Matty Ice when he was playing. I'm going to go back to the same thing. This is not revisionist history. What I always said about Matt was this. Simply, he should have ran the ball more. Now, I know the pushback is, hey, that's why the guy was never injured. He always was was able to play all the games he played. But I'm telling you, if he had run just a little more, I believe the Falcons could have possibly even won a Super Bowl. This is my belief. Because there were so many times where the Falcons needed a first down or needed to keep drives alive, where Matty Ice could have scampered for 3-4 yards and then dove down and hit the ground, and the Falcons could have kept the drives alive. And who knows, in that Super Bowl, he didn't have many chances to scramble, but who knows if he had kind of maybe put the wheels off from under him in that final play where he got sacked. Who knows if those extra 3 or 4 yards could have allowed our former coach Dan Quinn to bring out his all-pro kicker, and kick what would have been the game-winning field goal in Super Bowl 51. But that's water over the bridge, boys. Can't turn back time. So, again, let's focus on what we have, which is a great, potentially great Falcons team right here, right now, being able to run the ball. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm here at Atlantic Station. The sun has come out, so I'll pop those shades on. And we're going to be covering some beach volleyball in just a little bit, and we'll give you some videos and shots from that. Remember, go on our Instagram page, and you'll see some pictures. I got a couple of them up already. A quick little video as well. Remember, you can check us out anywhere on social media at Real Talk Sports 7, and actually you can get some of the pictures of what we got happening here as we cover sports, all kind of sports, because we do sports from a different perspective. All right, guys, we're getting ready to wrap it up here. Appreciate you so much for joining us. Remember, again, follow us on social media. I'll put it up here one more time at Real Talk Sports 7. We're there on all platforms. Also, please, if you're in need of a car, if you have need of a car, come check me out at our premier sponsor for high school football, Allen Vigil Ford Lincoln. We're located in Morrow, Georgia. You can call me directly. You give me a call, 678-364-3979. I'll help you whatever you need. We have new Fords, new Lincoln, but we also have used cars of every type. We got used Mercedes. We even got a used Maserati SUV. We have some Range Rovers in the building. So again, check me out. Give me a call, 678-364-3979, or you can call me directly on the cell. I'll pop that up here for you. There it is. Call me directly on the cell, 678-410-9833, and I will assist you in your automobile needs for you, your business, or your family. Come on and do it. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Again, wanted to give you a quick little highlight. Oh, one last thing. If you're a Georgia Tech fan, you probably know this already. At the Flats today, all the Georgia Tech players will be out. They'll be signing autographs. They'll have some swag stuff for giveaways, stuff you can buy. Come on out and support the Yellow Jackets. Another team who I think the pundits are sleeping on. This is another team that is set with new coach Brent Key. He showed last year he's got the pulse of this team. I think that this team is ready to go. It's not all hype like it was before with all the marketing and the uni swag, all that stuff. Forget about it. This Georgia Tech team is a well-coached team. They have the players in place. I'm not going to say they're going to win an ACC championship. That'd be kind of silly. But I do think this team is good enough to be a bowl-eligible team, which means they will win at least 6 games. So you're here to hear from the minister. All right, guys, we appreciate you for joining in the broadcast today. Thankfully that you guys took time to check us out. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Thank those of you who watch us on the replay. All those of you watch on demand. Mad props to you, because you are the guys that keep our views going. Because you said, hey, I was too busy to check you out during your regular time live, but I wanted to see what you, the minister, was doing and where you're at. And as you can see, look behind me. Look at those blue skies, bright clouds. We're here again at Atlantic Station, right outside the 12 Hotel, the headquarters for most of the media when events come in, like the one that we're going to be covering this weekend, AVP Professional Beach Volleyball. That's right. All right, guys. Again, we appreciate you for joining us today. Remember, as I always tell you when I conclude the broadcast, if you don't know Jesus Christ, your personal Savior, I'm going to tell you, man, you need to do that today. Nobody loves you like Jesus. He came, he died for you, and he rose from the dead. And when that happened, something marvelous is now available to you. If you repent of your sins and you believe that, 2 great things are going to happen. Number 1, you become an adopted child of God. And number 2, you become a citizen of the kingdom of heaven, and you now have all the rights therein. That means you can now go to God like a heavenly parent, ask him for anything that you need or desire, and according to his will, he'll give it to you, because he's not going to give you something that you want that's going to be bad for you. And if and when you die, you go to that wonderful place called heaven, where there's none of the following: no pain, no pandemic, no bad people anywhere. It's sunny and bright all the time. You'll never get old. You'll never die. You'll never have any pain. No more crying, no more sorrow of any type, no more stress from crazy jobs and crazy people. And the cool thing is, the best thing is, you now see God and meet him face to face. Jesus Christ face to face, all the people of love, right up close and personal, and you spend forever with them. And you avoid that nasty place called hell, where all the things I mentioned to you that are in heaven won't be in hell. So there's bad people everywhere. It stinks, it's hot, it's painful, and most of all, you're cut off from God and all the people of love forever and a day. I don't know about you, but I like option number 1 instead of option number 2. All right, guys, again, we appreciate you so much for joining us. Until the next time when we see you again, you know how we do it. God bless you and have a wonderful rest of your day. So long, take care, and God bless.